Hello guys! Thank you for stopping by and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to dive into watercolor world. Are you ready? These two classes is a part of my bigger course. This course is absolutely free. It's really informative. It's not very big, but it's going to show you a lot of different techniques that will open for you new ideas, new horizons in watercolor, and most importantly, you will have control and confidence, because we all know how unpredictable and spontaneous this medium is. At the same time, it's beautiful, it's light, its transparency makes paintings really hypnotizing. So I'm really excited for you. Check it out and let's dive into this wonderful world of watercolors. Okay, now we are ready to start our first exercise. I'm squeezing colors onto my palette. I don't have any specific system. But I like keeping warm colors together and cold colors together. So because I'm new to these colors, I don't squeeze too much. I don't know how intense these colors are. And actually, my exercise is going to help me to get to know our colors better. More than this exercise will help you to see what combinations of colors work the best, and how colors interact with each other, how much water do you need, how much colors do you need in order to get a specific effect. Now, what is very important for this exercise is that you try to turn off your head, your analyzing thinking. Just create whatever looks most interesting to you without giving it too much thinking. I would call this process a thinkless creation, creating without thinking, something like this. Okay, now let's see what is going to happen. Until now, probably it was really difficult to see what I'm doing, but I drew circles with plain water, and now I'm just adding colors. It doesn't necessarily have to be a circle. You can draw any shape you like. It could be a rectangle or a triangle, anything. What's important is that your shape contains a lot of water, and it will help for colors to bleed more and travel more, and this is the purpose of the exercise. You can also add more water if you like, that will allow better bleeding. Also, you can use strokes, or you can use dots, anything works. You can also use different sizes of brushes. That's the purpose of the exercise. Just try anything you want to try. Now we know that watercolor are transparent colors, so you can always add a dark tone on a light tone, but if you add a light tone on top of the dark tone, it's probably not going to be visible, so just keep it in mind. I like playing with different tones, cold and warm and dark and light, to put them together or against each other. Now, I don't want to be to interrupt too much in my process, so I take quite a lot of colors on my brush and apply it, and then I just see what happens. Being too analytical sometimes in our creative process is blocking really the creative flow, on my opinion. So this exercise is excellent when you really don't need to control what you're doing. It's not easy, but do this exercise as many times as you like. Being hypnotized by movement of the watercolors, and be patient also, because sometimes you need to wait until it's dry. So many different things, but less analytical you are, more interesting results are. So turning off your head, your thinking process is very recommended. Now, another thing I would like to recommend is don't try to fill with colors all the blank spots. Just be patient. The water and the color will bleed into blank spots and they will be covered. I can't really express how much I enjoy this process. Without too much effort, the magic happens by itself, by just adding a little bit of colors and some water. I also forgot to mention that every time I use new color, I take it with a clean brush. Well, it's obvious, right? Alright, let's see what we have. Now everything is dry and we have beautiful 6 circles. I really like the strange lines that are being created when the color is dried. So definitely it's something you cannot paint on purpose. You just let the colors and water do the job. Well, the purpose of this exercise was to let you know better your colors and to paint without thinking. Hope you enjoyed it, and you can do this exercise as many times as you like. Alright, this is the second exercise where we need to learn how to control the bleeding and how to create gradient with colors. For that, we're going to need a flat white brush, and we are going to draw vertical bars with plain clean water. Okay, in the first column, in the first vertical bar, we are going to create a gradient from 100% of color to 0. You can pick up any color. I wouldn't recommend a very light tone like yellow. Take something more intense, and on the upper part, make sure you have 100% of this color, and then while you are moving down, dilute this color with water, and with these strokes, try to get your gradient as smooth as possible. I'm not trying to make it 100% perfect, because I also keep in mind that the bleeding is still happening because the surface is still wet, and meanwhile I'm drawing a new bar, and I want to try the same thing with different color. For a second bar, I would recommend that you use more intense colors so that you know how it behaves, and repeat exactly same steps. Just try to create a smooth gradient from 100% to 0. Try playing with amount of water, with length of your strokes, and see what works better to get this gradient smooth. Alright, now my third bar will have exactly same treatment, but I want to use even more intense and deep color. And again, I want to get control over my gradient by playing with strokes and amount of waters and try to make it as smooth as possible. Now, as you can see, at the bottom of each three columns, I have a lot of blank area. Is because I still keep in mind that the area is wet and the color is still traveling to the bottom. Now my next column, my next bar will be a gradient between two colors. Will demand a little bit more control, so practice until you feel confident enough. In order to make this gradient very obvious, try using very different colors, like I'm going to use red on top and green at the bottom. Next task is going to be even more challenging. Now I'm trying to create a gradient between three colors. This exercise might seem challenging in the beginning, but try not to give up. Just continue coloring your bars, try to get a smooth gradient between colors, and little by little you will understand how to control the flow, where to add more water, where to add less water, and where you need more colors, and it will come. It's an excellent exercise for being able to control your flow. Also try not to be too much a perfectionist, because you can't control a whole thing for 100%, because you're dealing with water and you never know how water is going to behave and how your painting is going to look when it's dry. So just do your best and enjoy. My last bar, because I really enjoyed creating a previous one, the last bar will have 4 colors, and let's see if I can get a smooth gradient in between them. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed this exercise too. Let's see my gradients. Well, they're not exactly like 100% perfect, but I still like them. Well, I really hope you like yours, and let's continue. I hope you enjoyed these 2 tutorials, and let me remind you again that these 2 tutorials is a part of my bigger watercolor course. This course is absolutely free and you can subscribe. There is a link below and you can watch it anytime, anywhere. The only important thing is that you need to have an internet. So this course inspired many different artists, and let me give you a taste of it. So happy creating, and thank you again for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel and I hope to see you again. Hi, this is Maria from Abyssimo, and today I'm going to show you how I work with watercolors. I'm a mixed media artist and I rarely get an opportunity to use watercolors in my work. So thank you for your requests and for this opportunity to work again with this magic medium. In this mini course, my aim is not to go into complicated details, but to show you techniques that will allow you, even if you don't have previous experience in watercolors, to create beautiful, stunning pieces. There is a popular opinion that watercolor technique is very challenging. Watercolor is a water-based color and sometimes it's difficult to control its flow. And also, not always you can fix your mistakes. But I really hope that my techniques and my enthusiasm will inspire you and you will take this challenge with joy. So why do we like watercolors? Because it has an amazing lightness and liveliness. Watching how your colors blend and bleed, how they travel on the surface of your watercolor paper is very enjoyable, very meditative and creative. In this mini course, I'm going to give you a couple of basic exercises that will increase your confidence and give you more control. We are going to explore how colors interact with water and with each other, how to create beautiful, playful backgrounds, and how to use brushes and nibs. And also, I'm going to show you how to create beautiful, transparent layers of colors. And at the end of this course, with all these tips, we are going to paint a beautiful sunny forest. For me, painting with watercolors, it's like dancing. From one hand, you need to know how to control the process, and at the same time, you need to know when to stop and let go. And at the end, watercolor always surprises you, so let's explore it together and play.